The witch Anna fell in love with the 1500-year-old vampire Matthew. Vampires and witches are sworn enemies, so Anna and Matthew's love was opposed by all forces. To avoid being pursued, Anna and Matthew traveled back in time to London in 1590. Here, Anna learned that she was the heir to the witch family. With the help of the oldest witch, Goody, Anna successfully unlocked the magic. Here, Anna also discovered that she was pregnant, which made Anna and Matthew both happy and worried. Matthew was worried that the child in Anna's womb would be of the vampire or witch race, and whether the child in Anna's womb would be opposed by the forces. So Matthew and Anna decided to travel back to the 21st century. When Matthew and Anna returned, they found that Emily had been murdered by Peter. Anna sat by the bed, crying sadly. Anna could not accept the departure of her Aunt Emily. At this time, Matthew came over, but did not know how to comfort Anna. Matthew put his hand on Anna's belly to feel the baby's heartbeat. Matthew felt something strange and immediately told Anna. Matthew heard 2 heartbeats. Anna was actually pregnant with twins. Matthew and Anna hugged each other excitedly. Matthew reassured Anna that he would use his life to protect Anna and their child. That night, Aunt Sarah looked for Anna and hoped that Anna could use magic revive Emily, but Anna knew that the consequences of changing the timeline would be very serious. Anna could not agree to this request. Then Anna took Aunt Sarah's hand and touched her belly. Anna told Aunt Sarah that from now on, Anna would protect the witch family and her children's. Aunt Sarah was a little angry and said that Anna did not even know what her child's was, so how could she protect them? Hearing this, Anna was immediately speechless. The next day, Anna and everyone held a funeral for Emily. During this time, Anna choked up several times. Finally, everyone accepted Emily's passing. After the funeral, Aunt Sarah took out one of the missing pages of the Ashmole 872 book and gave it to Anna, reminding Anna to be careful with Peter, because Peter already knew about the existence of this page. The human representative Agata used his power to hold a meeting. The topic of the meeting was to ask Peter to withdraw from the order because of Peter's murder of the witch Emily. Peter was still defending his crime, but of course all the words were meaningless now. The final result would be held in the form of a vote. As expected, the majority wanted Peter to withdraw from the order. After being expelled from the order, Peter angrily threatened Agata. Peter viciously said that the two of them were now enemies. In order to understand the Ashmole 872 manuscript and the blood rage of the Claymont family, Matthew and Anna returned to London. Matthew had previously smelled that the paper and words in the book were made from the skin and blood of vampires, so Matthew suggested extracting DNA from the page in the book that Anna had taken. From there, information about the evolution and extinction of species could be obtained, and also the origin of the rage in Matthew's blood. However, to do all this required a well-equipped laboratory. It happened that Anna had such a friend who could help. Anna then contacted her friend Chris. After Chris led them into the laboratory, Matthew's assistant took out a set of cells that Chris had never seen before. Although Chris was also a scientist, he had never seen cells like this before. After Anna and Matthew's explanation, Chris still did not believe in witches and vampires. In order to prove to Chris that witches and vampires existed, Anna suddenly closed her eyes. Her palms gradually glowed, and the drops of water under the faucet gradually froze. This sight made Chris's eyes widen in surprise. Chris looked in disbelief and hesitantly touched the water. Anna must have used magic to do it. Now Chris finally believed in the existence of witches and vampires. Chris immediately decided to help Anna and Matthew complete the DNA separation experiment, but this was not an easy experiment to complete, because the blood rage carried by Matthew's family had not appeared for centuries. But not long ago, a vampire with blood rage appeared and killed many people. Once the blood rage spread, it would be extremely cruel. Matthew was afraid that his children's would also carry the same blood rage as him, so Matthew wanted to find the source and cure the blood rage before Anna gave birth. That day, Anna and Matthew were stopped by a car in an underground parking lot. The person who got out turned out to be Harvard. Harvard also brought another person with him, who was none other than Jack, Matthew and Anna's adopted son. The next day, Matthew and Anna went to the lab to check on the progress, but received a tough response from Chris that if Matthew wanted to trace the origin of the blood rage, he had to start from the generation that Matthew inherited, that is, the next generation of Matthew's son, who was Marcus. Benjamin went to see Matthew and saw Jack in the garage. Benjamin thought that Jack was a homeless man adopted by Harvard, so Benjamin asked Jack to go out. Not wanting to cause trouble, Jack did as he was told. As soon as Jack stepped out the door, Benjamin said that only members of this family could stay here. These words completely ignited Jack's violent blood. Jack immediately stepped forward to attack Benjamin from behind, but Jack was unable to defeat Benjamin. Benjamin was so angry that he immediately brought Jack to Matthew for questioning. Benjamin accused Matthew of introducing unrelated vampires into their family. Matthew begged Jack to say that Jack belonged to this family, but Benjamin immediately objected. Benjamin said he was the master here. If Matthew couldn't control Jack, then let Benjamin handle it. After saying that, Benjamin rushed to bite Jack and saw all of Jack's memories. It turned out that Jack was a bloodthirsty vampire who had recently killed more than 10 people. Anna was a mother. She was afraid that Benjamin would hurt Jack, so Anna controlled the chain to strangle Benjamin with magic and asked Benjamin to let Jack go. go. Only under Matthew's persuasion did Anna stop. While Jack was still in a panic, Benjamin loudly said that Jack was a bloodthirsty killer. Matthew heard that and looked at Benjamin with skeptical eyes. Seeing that, Benjamin took out dozens of photos of the victims and angrily threw them at Matthew's face. Then Benjamin said that if Matthew still protected Jack, this would be a sin. At this time, Matthew knelt before Benjamin. Matthew asked Benjamin to give Jack a chance. Benjamin not only disagreed but also asked Matthew to kill Jack immediately, or Jack would bring danger to their family. But when everyone let down their guard, Jack ran away without a trace. To understand Jack's violent bloodline, Matthew and Anna met the person who brought Jack here, Harvard. It turned out that Benjamin had found a way to take revenge on Matthew and turn Jack into a vampire with raging blood. Benjamin wanted to take advantage of the relationship between Jack and Matthew to bring Matthew down. That night, Matthew and Anna continued to discuss Jack's matter. Matthew thought that Jack was being manipulated, so he lost control and unconsciously killed many people. As a father, Matthew wanted to end Jack's pain himself. Anna knew Matthew's intention was to kill Jack like Matthew did to his father. Anna did not want Matthew to regret and torment himself because of this. Anna only advised Matthew that a father would do everything to protect his child. However, Matthew still went out at night. In order for vampires to live peacefully with humans, Jack had to pay the price. Matthew quickly found Jack, but as a father, Matthew could not kill his own child. Moreover, Jack's nature is a good person. Jack admitted his mistake and was determined to make amends, so Matthew gave Jack a chance and brought Jack home. Anna waited anxiously at the door all night. Hearing the noise, Anna rushed out. Seeing Matthew bring Jack back, Anna's heart also breathed a sigh of relief. In order for Jack not to be hunted by the sect, Matthew had to always keep Jack by his side. Now Matthew will go find Marcus and ask Marcus's descendants to participate in the DNA experiment. At London airport, Matthew received a call. The caller was Beiji. Beiji was the one who encountered Anna at Zudo's castle in part 2. Back in the present, Beiji asked Matthew to turn on the computer and look at the image. On it was the process of Beiji inciting Jack to commit a crime. Jack seemed surprised that Jack's state at that time was not like the normal Jack. Over the past few centuries, Beiji was also Matthew's transformed son. But Matthew thought Beiji was too cruel, so he expelled Beiji from the family. Being abandoned, Beiji had a deep hatred for Matthew, so a series of revenge was about to happen. Matthew's work was not going well either. Marcus's descendants refused to participate in Matthew's DNA experiment. When Matthew returned, the door was in disarray. Matthew's intuition told him that Jack was furious again. Matthew quickly went out and found Jack going crazy in a cemetery. Matthew kept comforting him. Jack needed to control his anger, and Jack needed to remember what he had practiced before. Under Matthew's guidance, Jack gradually calmed down. Anna went to the library to look for clues about the missing pages of the Ashmole book 782. The contents of the Ashmole book 782 suddenly came to life. One of the letters suddenly fell into Anna's wrist. Anna knew at once that these characters were all pointing to Harvard. Anna quickly went to Harvard. After a few conversations, Harvard gave Anna the missing page of the Ashmole book 782. So far, Anna had received 2 of the 3 torn pages. As long as she found the remaining page, the Ashmole book 782 would be complete. But the person holding the last page seemed to have disappeared from the world. Anna could not find any information about this person. Anna could only use the witch locator charm, but this spell required many witches to complete. So Anna went to the homes of other witches hiding in the city. Of course, Anna's appearance was welcomed by the witches. Anna explained her intentions. The witches also happily agreed. Everyone began to use magic, only to see the enchanting beauty on the table change unpredictably under the witch's spell. Not long after, the owner's address appeared. Until everyone left, Peter broke into the witch's residence. Peter forced the female manager here to reveal the location that Anna had found. Of course, the female manager knew Peter's evil intentions, so the female manager did not compromise. So Peter turned to violence to attack the female manager. At this time, Anna's group who had obtained the address went to the house of the person holding the last page, but he did not seem to welcome Anna. After Agata's persuasion, he was finally willing to give the 3rd page to Anna. When Anna went out with this piece of paper, she suddenly felt a severe stomachache. Anna had to go home immediately to give birth. Aunt Sarah had prepared everything, and at the same time Matthew also returned. Matthew quickly went to Anna's side to comfort her. Marcus was a doctor. Based on centuries of experience, Marcus told Anna that Anna's pulse and heart rate were normal. After giving advice, Marcus quickly left. With Matthew by her side, Anna's labor would be easier. Not long after, Anna and Matthew's 2 children were born. The first child born was a girl, and the second was a boy. The people waiting here were also happy and celebrating. The birth of the baby also meant that they were getting closer to danger. Matthew and Anna had to take their children to the 7-tower castle in France first, because Matthew and Anna would soon have their child baptized. One day, a rookie wizard walked out of the bar with a cigarette in his mouth. The rookie wizard searched his pocket for a long time, but could not find a lighter. When he looked around and no one was paying attention, the rookie wizard snapped his fingers and created fire. But this was an action that the rookie wizard regretted, because Beiji had been watching the rookie wizard's back as she left. Not long after, the rookie witch appeared on the abandoned, dilapidated hospital bed. The IV bag beside her was still running, and the rookie witch's hand was locked with a large chain. On the castle side, Anna was coaxing her child's. The baby cried a lot, and no matter how Anna tried to coax him, the baby would not stop. Next to her was the housekeeper Mathan, who was preparing for the children's baptism tomorrow. Seeing the child cry, Mathan thought that the child was hungry, but Anna said that she had fed the child milk, but he threw it all up. So Mathan signaled Anna to sit down. Perhaps what the child needed was not milk. Anna looked at the knife on the table, immediately knowing what her child wanted. On this side, Matthew and Jack were talking about Beiji's evil past. Suddenly, both Matthew and Jack smelled blood from the kitchen. When Matthew entered, he was also very surprised. Anna was feeding her child her blood. Of course, when he saw this, Matthew had to accept it. This would happen more often. The next day, the Seven Tower Castle invited owners from many different fields. There were descendants of vampires, elves, and witches. Even Chris was invited here. At the same time, those who opposed Matthew and Anna were urging Benjamin to bring the children back to the congregation. When the child received Sarah's blessing, Benjamin pushed the door open. After a few happy wishes, Benjamin immediately stated his intention. That was to bring the two children back to the congregation. Anna heard that and immediately handed the child to Sarah. Anna affirmed that no one could take the children away. So Benjamin turned to attack and told what Jack had done. Fortunately, Isabeau calmed Jack down. At this time, Matthew had unbuttoned his shirt, which meant that the battle could begin. Benjamin immediately rushed to attack Matthew in a flash. Anna immediately asked to bring the two children back to the house and evacuate everyone. Then Anna started using magic in a rage. This made both Matthew and Benjamin scared. Benjamin knew that Anna's magic had the power to turn him into ashes. Being a sensible person, Benjamin immediately chose to surrender. At this time, Anna spoke up. The congregation feared that Anna and Matthew's children would inherit the blood rage and witch power. These two forces were beyond the control of the congregation, which was why the congregation wanted to control the children. Anna said that her child would never join the congregation, but Anna could guarantee that even if the child had a blood rage, she could still control it. If Anna couldn't control it, she would use her magic. With Anna's assurance, Benjamin had no choice but to agree to leave. On this side, Beiji started to act like a monster again. Beiji came to the door of the witch's room that had been captured a few days ago. Seeing that the witch was still alive, Beiji said to be ready to accept death and that Beiji would deal with the witch in front of him first. Beiji turned around and took off his coat, then stroked his handsome hair and walked into the room. The witch was scared and tried to escape, so she started chanting the spell. It really worked. After untying the handcuffs, the witch didn't even dare to breathe lightly as she walked out the door. The witch also brought Beiji's coat. However, everything was within Beiji's calculations. It turned out that Beiji intentionally let her guard down to give the witch a chance to escape. Anna was showing her child the magic she created. The sudden knock on the door made Anna stop immediately. The housekeeper Mathan came to tell Anna that there was an injured witch outside looking for Anna. As Beiji had predicted, the witch had come to Matthew and Anna's castle. The witch told Matthew that Beiji had captured many other witches. Beiji also threatened to capture Anna and conduct experiments on Anna's children's. Matthew felt very guilty at this moment. Matthew felt like he had failed. He should have killed Beiji from the beginning. Beiji was now a danger to Anna and their children. Marcus decided it was time to recruit members of the Knights to protect Anna and Matthew's children. After discussion, Chris became the first choice. Anna suggested recruiting Jack, and of course Marcus agreed. Soon, humans, vampires, and witches gathered together. What they did was to help the weak and needy. After swearing the oath, they all wore rings reserved for knights. The rings represented loyalty. Through that, Matthew's clan grew stronger. This made Matthew feel more comfortable fighting Beiji alone. While Matthew and Anna were intimate with each other, Anna seemed to lose focus because Anna knew that tomorrow Matthew would fight Beiji alone. Anna even offered to go with Matthew to fight. Of course, Matthew could not agree. After saying his final goodbyes to Anna, Matthew went to find Beiji alone. Matthew was the head of the family, so if Matthew failed this time, everyone would be in danger. Anna decided to go to the Oxford Library to find the book Ashmole 782, then put the missing pages together. Because Anna was afraid that Peter would do anything to get the book, so Anna chose 2 people to go to Oxford with her. The others stayed in the castle to protect the twins. Not everyone could get into Oxford University, so Anna used magic to help Aunt Sarah copy a name tag. Anna also advised Sarah not to be too public, but Aunt Sarah did not agree. Sarah declared that she would make a big deal out of it because Sarah had to wait for Peter to come find her. That way, Sarah would have a chance to avenge Emily. Before leaving, Marcus met Philando and hoped that Philando would leave first to find Galolus in Oxford and protect Anna with Galolus. When Philando came to see Galolus, Galolus had just removed the tattoo on his body. Because the tattoo had the name Anna, it turned out that for centuries Galolus had secretly loved Anna. Now Galolus chose to give up by removing his tattoo. When Philando explained the reason why he came to find Galolus, Galolus still promised to protect Anna without hesitation. When Anna arrived at the door of the Oxford Library, Galolus was already waiting there. Then Philando and Galolus would be outside because Philando and Galolus could not get inside either. After entering the library, the manager told Anna that the book Anna requested was missing. This made Anna unable to believe it. When Anna turned around, a voice rang in her head. Anna immediately asked the manager to check the elevator again. Unexpectedly, the book really appeared here. The manager had no choice but to bring the book to Anna with a skeptical look. After receiving the book, Anna suddenly used her magic weaving ability, but when the librarian looked over, he only saw Anna reading normally. At this time, Anna took out the lost pages and prepared to restore the Ashmole book 872. As soon as Anna placed a page in the book, a magical scene occurred. The power of the restored book made the library lights sparkle. Next was the second page, then the third page was restored. As soon as it was finished, a powerful force appeared. The pages of the book quickly opened, as if asking Anna to read it. When Anna's hand touched the book, everything inside the book was absorbed by Anna. At Aunt Sarah's reminder, Anna suddenly woke up. Immediately after that, Anna and Aunt Sarah quickly left. But when Anna opened the book again, there was not a single letter in it. It turned out that all the contents of the book had entered Anna's body. At the urging of Philando and Galolis, Anna quickly left. However, all of this was monitored by the person sent by Peter. When Anna's group was about to leave on their private helicopter, Peter was already waiting here. Peter asked Anna to give him the book Ashmole 782 immediately. Peter even said in front of Sarah that killing Emily at that time was as easy as squeezing a cockroach. Hearing these words, Sarah's heart was boiling with blood. In her anger, Sarah began to chant a spell to create a strong wind, while Peter was still shouting loudly, not knowing that he was about to turn into dust. At this time, the wind was getting stronger. Peter still thought he could resist, but Peter was too confident. Next, Peter would have to pay for his crimes. Even Anna standing next to was giving Aunt Sarah strength. Soon, Peter was scattered into ashes. On this side, Matthew found Beiji's location. This abandoned hospital was where Matthew's father Philip was experimented on by the Nazis. After entering the first room, Matthew saw many different torture tools. Opening the second door, the operating table, operating lamp and tools were all available inside. Although Matthew had walked around, there was still no sign of Beiji. So Matthew chose to keep the watch and wait for Beiji to appear. Finally, Beiji revealed himself. Matthew angrily talked about Beiji's unforgivable crimes, but Beiji thought it was all Matthew's fault. So Beiji just wanted revenge. But Matthew didn't understand why Beiji waited until now to do it. It turned out that Beiji thought that Matthew felt the most pain at the happiest moment. Hearing that, Matthew started a duel that sent Beiji flying over the wall. Beiji refused to be outdone and rushed forward, but was knocked to the floor by Matthew. Beiji found the opportunity to kick Matthew behind and quickly ran away. When Matthew chased him outside, Beiji had disappeared. When Matthew wasn't paying attention, Beiji attacked stealthily. Next, he kicked and caught Matthew when Matthew was off guard. But no matter what, Beiji was still no match for Matthew. Matthew finally dragged the dying Beiji out of the room and prepared to end Beiji's life. At this moment, the witch Satu appeared and attacked Matthew from behind. Satu saved Beiji and immediately asked Beiji not to kill Matthew yet, because Satu wanted to use Matthew to lure Anna here. Because the ambitious Satu had long coveted Anna's power. One wanted Matthew, the other wanted Anna. Just like that, Satu and Beiji reached an agreement. After Anna returned, she showed everyone the contents of the book, Ashmole 782, on her body. Anna wanted everyone to find out the mystery of the book as soon as possible. Anna frantically copied it. Chris saw that Anna was a bit tired and asked Anna to rest because what Anna wrote was enough to read for half a day. When Anna went to chat with Aunt Sarah, Marcus suddenly walked in. It turned out that Beiji had sent a message that he had captured Matthew and tied Matthew to the operating table. Beiji even injected Matthew with some drugs to make Matthew lose his ability to fight. Moreover, Beiji also threatened that Matthew's life would not last much longer. Anna could not sit still like this forever. Although she wanted to save Matthew immediately, unfortunately, Anna did not know where Matthew was. Everyone frantically contacted and checked to find the earliest location. They analyzed the last location where Matthew's car stopped. Suddenly, the door was pushed open. Benjamin had come here. Benjamin's appearance immediately made everyone alert. At this time, Anna said that she had invited Benjamin because they had to rely on the family at important times. Anna showed Benjamin the video sent by Beiji. After observing the video for a while, Benjamin realized that the watch Matthew was wearing belonged to Philip, who was also Matthew and Benjamin's father. Since Philip was a prisoner of war at the time, after being discovered as a vampire, Philip was handed over to a medical facility for research. Beiji could not have obtained the watch through other channels, unless Beiji also participated in the research that year. Perhaps Beiji had plotted against the Climong family centuries ago. After careful analysis, they determined Matthew's location. They immediately traveled to the location by Benjamin's private helicopter. Gerbert then went to the Seven-Tower Castle in the hope of brainwashing Isabeau. Gerbert believed that the rescue plan would fail, and even slandered Anna, that Anna would rule the Climong family. Gerbert advised Isabeau to support the congregation so that they would be lenient with Isabeau, but Isabeau replied in a domineering manner that Gerbert had no right to rule here. At this time, Anna and the others had found Matthew's location. They cautiously entered. Because it was too dark, Anna used magic to light up the space here. What caught everyone's attention was Matthew shivering in pain in front. Anna immediately saw through this magical illusion. Before Anna could take a few steps, she heard Satu's voice from thousands of miles away. Satu asked Anna to go to the location alone, or everyone would die here. Anna had no choice but to follow Satu's request. Anna ignored everyone's objections. Then Anna created a wall to block everyone and left alone. When Anna went to the door of a room, the door opened by itself. Inside was Matthew, but the atmosphere was very strange. This Matthew was definitely not the real Matthew. When Anna slowly approached, Satu also appeared, determined to dominate the world. Satu asked Anna to give her the book, Ashmole 782. After saying that, 2 fireballs appeared in Satu's hands to threaten Anna. Seeing that, Anna also responded. Surprisingly, Satu couldn't even touch Anna's hair. She immediately tied up in a corner of the wall by Anna's magic threads. To prevent future troubles, Anna finally drained all of Satu's magic power and turned Satu into a normal person. The next step was to deal with Beiji. The moment Anna's anger rose, she had actually completed the 10th magic knot. Anna had turned all her power into a bow of justice. As soon as she sensed Beiji's presence, Anna aimed straight at Beiji. Just then, Beiji turned into dust. Anna quickly opened the door and called Matthew. Even though Matthew was dying, he seemed to sense Anna's arrival. Anna immediately wanted to use her blood to save Matthew, but Marcus came to stop Anna. What Matthew needed now was not blood, so everyone quickly brought Matthew back to the Seven Towers castle. Isabu looked at his son like that and was extremely distressed. Everyone was worried and stayed outside. At this time, Marcus came out and shook his head. Matthew still couldn't wake up. Everyone advised Anna to give up, but Anna ignored everyone's words. Anna was always by Matthew's side day and night. Even Matthew's friends were praying for Matthew. Not knowing how much time had passed, Anna was so tired that she fell asleep on the chair. Suddenly, a hand stroked Anna's hair. When Anna woke up, the person next to her was none other than Matthew. Maybe it was Anna's persistence, or maybe it was because Matthew couldn't let go of Anna. Strong love awakened Matthew. At this time, everyone began to study the mystery of the Book of Ashmole 872. It turned out that the reason why Anna was so strong was because Anna was the child of a witch and a lover many centuries ago. Different creatures restrain each other. In order to not be ruled by other races, they signed a pact not to interfere in each other's private lives. Once the convention was broken, they would definitely be hunted down by the organization. This was the meaning of the order and could develop over the centuries. The power of the races was gradually decreasing. The path of the Book of Ashmole 782 was to unite all the peoples. After everyone solved the mystery, Anna wanted to declare that the order's convention was wrong all along, but Benjamin immediately refuted it. If Anna appeared at the order with this declaration, everyone would only consider Anna a sinner. However, Anna still insisted on her statement, because if Anna did not stand up and make this point clear, Anna and Matthew's childs would be in danger, and other weak people out there would also live in misery. After the argument, Anna finally decided to go to the congregation. Today, Anna came here as the head of the Climong family, which made Gerbert extremely angry. At this time, Anna proposed to abolish the convention and told the secret inside the Book of Ashmole 872. Gerbert did not believe it because there was not a single letter in the book now. Anna said that she was the Book of Ashmole 872, only to see Anna calmly wave her hand. Then a tree of life grew from the ground under everyone's surprised eyes. Anna explained how to solve the problem of the degeneration of all races. In the end, everyone abolished the convention by a show of hands. Gerbert would also have to face his own trial. At the end of the movie, Agata's broken family was finally reunited, like Anna and Matthew. In our lives, we have to go through different hardships. Just persevere, and you will eventually live the life you want. This is also the end of part 3 of A Discovery of Witches. If you find it interesting, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support the channel. Goodbye, and see you in the latest videos.